If you've never heard about e-commerce thought pattern and design pattern, this video is going to teach you exactly that. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We have implemented a cart page. One might ask, how have you done that? We have used Jotai. Let me show you. So when you click here, you can add this to cart, and when you click here, you can add this to cart. A beginner might feel like this is simple because this is one page. You are wrong. This is not one page. The top header, it's a component sitting somewhere in a different file and folder, and this bottom section for the content, it's a different component sitting in a different page or folder. And I have used Jotai to link all of this. This doesn't end here. Let's check here when we are going to the cart page to view a cart page. So as you can see, this top header is still there, and we can see that here are the products that we have added. The cool thing here, we can delete a product and delete a product here. As you can see, now the cart is empty. We can come back here and add this product. Maybe you think this ends here. This doesn't end here. When we're going to the cart item, we can change the quantity. And as you can see, when you change the quantity, this updates as well. So this is possible through Jotai derived atom. So this means that we've got one atom here, which is coming from here when you add here. So this checkout atom gets here, and then we have worked around manipulating, okay, this atom using Jotai derived state. This is very, very, very complex, and it's very rare. If you want to learn this, please stick to this video until the end. In case you think that this is the only video that we had, let me just show you that this didn't start here. We've got also the admin section where we can add the products as well. As you can see, we can add any product here. Let me just choose an image to give you an idea. Let's just go to, let's try also gallery. Okay, let's choose this flower, and then let's type, since we're going to choose a flower, why don't we start with adding a category? Okay, and the category is going to be a flower. In case you might want to get all of this, please come here. This is a series of an Amazon clone. As you can see, it started here. If you want, just click the link in the description below so that you can go to this playlist. Let's go back here, and then let's add flower here, or let's just type here plants. Okay, this is a category, and then when we go to create a product, we can use this category. Okay, as you can see, then we can choose flowers here. Okay, and then we can choose a flower here. Let's just type here just a flower. Okay, and then the category plants. Okay, and let's save this. Let's say the item, okay, is 234, and let's add it. Okay, this has been added. We can check it on the list first. Okay, as you can see here is it, and then we can also go to as a user on the shopping site. As you can see, guys, we have a flower here. In case I didn't tell you, okay, this state is persistent. No matter how much you can refresh or exit this browser and start a new one, as you can see, your cart item is still going to be there. What have we used in order to accomplish this? I'm not going to tell you. Please watch the video and finish it. So let's just close by adding this to the cart item, and when you come here, you can see here is it. In case you want, you can increase the quantity here. Okay, as you can see, you can even open this in a new browser or a new tab. This will always be like this. This system has got a memory. Thank you so much. Let's get started. All right, guys, let's continue. So what we want to do now, we want to implement the add to cart functionality. The add to cart functionality, or let's say cart functionality specifically, will require some sort of a state that is global, okay? Meaning that the array or the content of a cart needs to be consistent across, or needs to be some sort of what can I say, to be in sync, or it needs to be consistent across all the application pages. Okay, so if maybe we have moved to a different page, this data needs not to be lost. So with that being said, we are going to implement Jotai as a state manager. It's very simple, lightweight, and also it fits well with the intent of this course to help you as a beginner, not to bring you some sort of complicated tech stack. There is something that I don't see in my UI, and I don't know why. This search functionality had some sort of an icon here. Okay, had some sort of an icon here. I think when I was trying, check here guys, okay, I'm only remembering this now. Okay, let me do it like this. There is an orange color here that is flickering. Okay, I think when I was trying to remove that orange color, changing it to white, I changed the orange color that was here. So let's just quickly fix that. Okay, I can see it now. I want to remove this orange color, okay, on the image. Let me show you again. Okay, on the image, but okay, I hope you notice that there is a flickering orange color there. So we need to go to this component, sorry, to this page. Let's quickly do that, and then let me look for image. Okay, let me look for image. Let's check here. I think this image had an orange color. In fact, here, okay, this has changed to BG white. I think it's the one. Where is the input next to it? Here is it. And where is the search functionality? Here is the search icon. Where is, let's see, where is its parent container? Is this one. I think the BG orange was here, and I have removed it. Okay, let's go back and see. Suppose there's a BG orange here, suppose, and then we need to actually remove the one on this product. Okay, as you can see guys, my apologies about that. And then let's look for the other image component. Image component, is it supposed to be here? Not this one. Where's the other one? Okay, let me just check. This image component is on the card component, okay, or the product card. Okay, so let's go to the product card and change that orange background. Where is it? Here is it. Okay, and then we are good to go. Okay, so now let's continue. So as I have said, let me just refresh. As you can see, no orange flickering there on the card images. So what we want to do, we want to go to Jotai and we want to see how do we declare an atom. Okay, I believe this is just a TypeScript or .ts file. Okay, so what we are going to do, we want a sample where we are declaring some sort of an is it an array or just an object? Let's see. Let's just take this array first. We're just going to there is no need for this to be an array, if I can be honest. Let's see, is there a way in which they are showing types? Okay, let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to come here and then I'm going to create in the root folder. I'm just going to type here global states. Okay, states. Okay, and then from here I'm just going to have a file which is called atoms. I like to give context to my files. Okay, for now let's just type here Jotai atoms. Okay, why are we doing this? .ts, so that another developer can come when they open this folder global state, they can see that this is a Jotai atoms. Okay, so that it can give them some sort of a context. Okay, so atoms is not important. Let's just on Windows, I'm just going to press Control and space. We don't want this atom as an icon. We want this from Jotai, and I'm asking myself, I wonder why this is not coming from Jotai. Let's just import this. Okay, because we've already installed Jotai. Okay, let's copy this and paste. Okay, as you can see, everything works well because we already installed Jotai. So let's get into it. What we want to do first, we don't want an array. Okay, that's not what we want. We just want an object. I believe in Jotai, this is some sort of a data. Okay, we can just paste a data like this, as you can see. So what we want to do, and then what we want to do, we want to go to, let's see. Is it important to push the value here? Not really, guys, because the value is going to come from here. Okay, we are going to add this object or this object or this object. As you can see, maybe this can be null in the beginning. Okay, not null, my apologies about this, but it can be empty. Okay, this can be empty, and it's going to be an empty what? It is indeed going to be an empty array. So we were right about thinking about this as an array, but with no values. Okay, so what we are going to do here, at this moment in time, as you can see, there is no TypeScript here. Okay, there is no way in which we can tell if, what can I say, what structure is this atom and what it's expecting. So we know what it's expecting. Okay, and then let's go to I think it's expecting products, right? But that's not going to end there, by the way. Okay, we're going to change the structure, but for now, let's just go to our app folder here, and then let's look at some queries. Okay, let's look at a query. Let's see at our queries. As you can see, this is a product response. Let's see a product response. It's some sort of, it's an array. Okay, is it an array or just an object? Okay, it's an array. Okay, here is it. This means an array, but it's an array of this object. There's an ID, name, description, price, stock, image URL, and. For now, let's copy this and tell Jotai that you are going to receive, what can I say, an object with this format. Let's see, where is globals? Lost in my own code, globals, Jotai. Let's just tell Jotai that this is going to be some sort of, let me import this. Okay. And then what I want to do, as you can see, this TypeScript is complaining because this is an object. Okay, let's see. This is an object, but this is an array. We are telling it that this is going to be an array of these objects. So now it accepts array. So let me just quickly give you an idea of what is going on here. In TypeScript, there is a type that you can have, for instance, name as a string. You type name as a string, but sometimes you don't know the type upfront. The Jotai team or developers didn't know if I'm going to put products. Okay, I'm going to have a type of product. So they have made use of a generic type. Okay, as you can see, this is some sort of a generic type. Sometimes this is called a generic function. I would like to believe. Why am I saying so? Because we are executing it. Okay, so as you can see, this is a generic function. You give it a type, and then from there it will infer the type, and it will help you with type safe, let's say, objects or data across your entire application. I hope you understand the generic type here. What am I doing when I'm passing this here? Okay, so it's empty. It's gonna be always empty in the beginning. So then what we want to do, we want to use this. Okay, remember, this is not anim. Let's say this is products. Is it product or cut? Let's give it a context of cut items. Okay, because this shape will change as time goes by. Okay, because the cut items might have a quantity. Okay, so maybe here we might add quantity or something. Okay, so I hope you get that. So this will change. So we cannot say this is a product. That will be misleading. This is a cut item atom. Okay, sorry, cut item atom. Okay, so the context of this, it's more like the cut context than the product context. So I'm happy with this. Let's just go back to Jotai and see how do we use this. Okay, this is very simple. You use it like some sort of creating a use state. Let's just copy this. I will show you now. Okay, so we want to use it on page. Okay, yes, I'm here. We want to use it here. So where is my function? Okay, here's my function. So here at the top of my function, I can use atom, a hook that is supplied by Jotai. Okay, and what I can do here, I can add any atom that I want. So what I want, it's a cut items atom. I'm pushing it in here. As you can see, I'm importing it because on the where we have defined it, okay, on globals here, we have exported it. Okay, so let's continue. So as you can see, so now the idea here, these names are not important. Okay, not important at all. Just like the use date. Okay, you always put what you want here. So here, what we want, we are going to have cut items. I'm declaring that, or I'm telling this, I want this to be cut items. Okay, this will always be this array. Okay, as is. Sometimes I want to set this cut array. Okay, I want to set it. Let's see. I want to set this cut array. Okay, this cut array, as you can see. So now what we want to do, when we where is that function? I think there was some sort of a function here which is pushed inside a product card. Okay, where is a product card? Let's just suppose there is a product card here. Product card. Okay, where is a place where I'm pushing a function which is an action. I'm alerting here, as you can see. So now I don't want to alert here. I want to set something. Okay, so I want to set let's see, I want to set these two product. Yes, I want to set this to product because let's see, if I'm setting this to product, let's test here, guys, so that we can see when TypeScript is warning us. Okay, let's do this. Let's say we wanted to set this. Let's look at what is the error. Argument of type product response is not assignable to an array, as you can see. Okay, this is an array. Okay, so that means this is just one product. So what we want to do here, we want to be smart in a way. We want to compose an array. Okay, that means we want to compose an array. That means we're going to put an array here. In composing this array, we are going to add an object, okay, of response. Let's just do this and add an object of response. Obviously, this is giving us an error because it's asking us, you are adding it on top of what? Okay, can you guess we're adding it on top of what? We are adding it on top of this on top of this let me do this like this. Okay, I'm curious about that. We are adding it on top of this. You see this set items. Let's go to definition. This was here before, okay, which was empty. So what we want to do, we want to take that array. Okay, let's say it had something. Okay, what we want to do, we want to put it here. Okay, and then in it we want to add this one. But obviously you will say, or you will ask, Matthew, but this still gives us an error. Okay, we got an old array, we want to add this one. Okay, what we can do, let's see, array push is not going to work, obviously, because we got set items here. So what we can do here, we can some sort of I'm not sure if dismantle is the right word, or in PHP, I think this process is called explode. Okay, let's say we had an array here, a simple array. Let's just make an example, guys, so that you can have a mental model. Okay, let's say we had an array here. This is object one, name. Let's say I'm not going to type strings. Let's just do this. This is wrong in a way, but for explaining it will work. Let's say age, as you can see, 64. Okay, so I was supposed to have some strings here, something like this. Okay, then this is at least close to reality. So we want to explode this. Okay, exploding this. Okay, this means that we are extracting these as they are, these pieces. Okay, for instance, let me just give you an idea. We might have another one here. Okay, I hope you are learning something, guys, with this explanation. If you do, please shoot a comment below, and don't forget to help me boost the channel to become a better developer. So please hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's say we've got another one here. Okay, so when we are exploding in PHP, I would like to believe, or when we are exploding conceptually exploding. That means you are breaking something into pieces. An explosion breaks everything into pieces, okay, whatever that thing is. So what we are doing when we're exploding something, we are taking its own pieces, something like this, okay, stripping away the array. So in the end, we are going to end up with these objects, okay, as naked, let's say, without the array, okay, as you can see. So how do we explode? Okay, here in JavaScript, we say we spread it, okay. So you just put 3 dots here, okay, 1, 2, 3 dots. So meaning that now that means the data that was there before has been spread, okay. That means now this data is going to be like this, okay. Now that it's like this, remember we have wrapped it with an array. So that means there is an array thing here, okay. And what this product does, this product simply acts as if you are adding another object, okay, with the name, new, and age, let's say 64, okay. So I hope I have explained exactly what's going on in here. So this means that we are telling this atom or this method, set something, and it's going to be an array, but first take the previous value that you already had in store on your item, spread it, strip away the array, make it like pure a collection of object, and then in that collection add this one as well because it's the same type, and then compress that into an array, okay. And then what we want to do now, we want to see what is going to happen. And I believe we are going to change this method, okay? This one. But the reason why I'm starting here, I want you to get the concept first. Sometimes you don't have to jump to different ways of doing things without helping the student to understand the concept, okay? Let's continue. So what I want to do, I think I can always go to definition here, guys, okay? Instead of scrolling up. So now I want this and I want to display it somewhere. Where am I going to display it? Let's display it on the JSX. But where? Let's see. Okay, this is a container somewhere here. So let's display this. Okay, this obviously it's an array. Let's convert it to string. Okay, dot to string. Okay, it's not going to look like pretty, but it's going to help us to understand what is going on there to check if we are winning or not. Okay, so now we have a state variable and it's empty, okay. Let's check if when we click here what will happen. What I'm expecting to see some sort of an atom somewhere here, an array, okay, of object here. Let's click. As you can see, we are seeing an object here, okay, but it looks like converting this to string doesn't really work the way we want to. Let's say we are converting at position 0. That means at position 0 there is an object. However, when we start on refresh or some sort of on a fresh start, this is not there. So this might be an error because at position 0 there's nothing. So let's just put a question mark here, okay, so that if this is there, it's defined, then you can convert to string. If not, don't. Let's go back and see. Refresh. Okay, and then let's add. Okay, it looks like still we it looks like still we are console logging an object. Okay, so what we are going to do now, let's be clever. Okay, let's try to console log instead. Okay, let's go back here, right, up. After we've declared this, let's console log it, okay, so that we can see exactly what is going on here. Let's say atom, paste, as you can see. So now let's go to console log instead. Where is atom? Atom, it's an array of 1. And what's inside there? In that array there is id6 name. It looks like we are winning, guys, okay? As you can see, category ID, it's array of 1, looks like we're winning. Let's add also this one. Now it's an array of 2. Okay, as you can see, where is array of 2? As you can see, guys. Okay, so it looks like we are winning. Okay, that means we are able to add these to what? We are able to add these to a cut. Okay, to the kite item. Okay, but whatever we do here doesn't show up anywhere. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I've got two options to do this. Okay, I can always, let's say, let's look at the structure of this so that I can, okay, let's see on TypeScript, what is this going to give me? Let's test our TypeScript first, guys. Okay, what is the type of this? This is fine. This is an array. Okay, and I'm happy with this. Let's see if I type here dot. Okay, since it's an array, I can map and I can have some sort of a dot length. Okay, because it's an array. Let's see if it's going to console log the dot length. Let's see. I just want to give you an idea. As you can see, guys, this is an array of 2. So we've got 2 items in the cart. Okay, now what we want to do, we want to display that dot length here, okay, as some sort of a badge or something, so that the user can see that there is something there. Okay, now we've got 2 ways to do it. Okay, it's either we can always when we want to know how many items are there, we can always do what? We can always type this. Excuse me. We can always type this. Okay, remember, at this point in time, we are not sure if this is the only place where we are going to need the length, okay, or how many items there. We are not sure. We might want to use that value in different places. So let's go to Jotai again. And then before using that atom, let's look at derived values, okay, derived atom, as you can see. So you can create const progress. This has not been exported. Const progress atom, it has not been exported. I don't know why, or I don't know, maybe how are we going to get it on the calling module, but that's not much of a problem. Let's just go to our atoms, Jotai atoms. Let's create a derived atom. Why am I pasting this? I was hoping that I am pasting this one. Let me just copy this. Okay, so what we are going to do, the length of a cut is going to be a derived atom. Why? We want to expose it, and then in the future we can use it anyway. Okay, I'm assuming that we are going to use it in a different module, so we don't have to always type what. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's say cut, is it gonna be cut length or cut number of item? Okay, let's just call this number of cut items. Okay, always in your variable naming, try to be as like expressive as possible, or try to be as descriptive as possible. Okay, so that's why I'm happy with this long variable name. So we want to get here, what we want to get here, we want to get cut items. So let's say get cut items here. Suppose this won't be a problem. And then this is going to be, let's say, total number. Okay, total number here is equal to, that's total number. And then we want to return total number dot length. Okay, as you can see, we have this. Okay, but we didn't export it just like this one. Okay, I would like to believe we have to export it, but maybe, you never know, maybe we don't have to. Using atom, let's see, this guy is using anim here. Okay, here is it. We are done with this stage, and we did this. How do we use read and write from separate component? Let's see, anim, animate, and then How do you use, then it's telling us about the server side. Okay, let's use our own knowledge or our own thinking, our own intelligence. You can use something that you have not exported in JavaScript. So let's export this and use it somewhere else. So what we want to do, we want to go back to the page. What we want to do in this page, we want to remove this because we don't want to do things this way. And then I think we are going to type here use atom, and it's a derived what can I say, it's a derived value. And then we're not going to set it. Let's say we want to use this like this. Let's say maybe, let me try this, total equal to, let's try this, use atom. Sorry about this. Okay, I still don't know how to use this. How do you use this one? Okay, let's see. Okay, let's import it. Okay, it looks like it's working. Now, let's see what is the type of this. Okay, it looks like the type of this is an array. Okay, I've got a feeling that I'm doing something wrong here. Let's say n and set n. Okay, my apologies about this, total. Apologies about this. Okay, n and set n. Okay, let's see if we are supposed to be n here. Let's see if what will be inside n. Okay, let's see what will be inside n. We are just testing things, guys, here. Okay, let's see. Where do I want to display this? Okay, and reset somewhere before the shopping cart. Where is the shopping cart? Here is the shopping cart. Before reset, let's just display n there. N there. Okay, let's see. Are we gonna see any total there? We've got 0. Let's click here. We've got 1. It looks like it's working, guys. Okay, I am not sure if that's how we are supposed to do it, but I was just using my own mind and intelligence. And okay, in fact, it's not like I'm smart, but I just apply what I think it is. Okay, as you can see, so what we want this to be here on a badge in a way. So what we want to do then, after we are done adding this, how are we going to somewhat remove it? Okay, how are we going to remove it? That will be a story for another day. Can we make a possibility whereby you can remove, let's see, you can remove an item from here? Will that make sense? Oh, okay, that will be an added layer of complexity. So for now, let's stick with the simplicity. Maybe we can, as time goes by, do that. So let's just take this to here. And then what I want to do now, I want to go to the cut. Okay, the cut and this n. Let's leave it like as n for now for the sake of testing. Let's wrap these in a div and let's paste these here. And then this n, let this n be some sort of a p tag. And then let's do a class name. Okay, this is going to be a bg of red. Okay, let's put maybe this red and then text white. Okay, and then rounded full. Okay, and then let's say the size of it, I think Tailwind has a size. Let's just put a size of 3, and that will be it. And then what we want to do, we want to class name, we want to make this relative so that it could be some sort of a defining boundary for its own children. Okay, and then maybe now these will sit next to each other in the UI. I don't want that. I want this to be absolute. Let me just show you this so that you can learn. Okay, as you can see, okay, these are one on top of the other. Okay, and then what we want to do, the size of 3 is small. Let's put a size of 8. Okay, size of 8 is too much. Size of 4 then. I'm somewhat happy with that. I'm somewhat happy with that. And then let's make the text size. I think is too big. Um, Text size. Let's make this 6 pixels. Okay, let's make this 6 pixels, and let's see. I think it's too much, too small. Let's make it 10 pixels. I'm happy with that. And then this is not centered, as you can see. So what we are going to do, we are going to use our CSS already defined class, which is center, which will just center things for us, as you can see. Okay, now this is displayed, this on top of this. This is some sort of how divs in HTML flows. Okay, I think this is small a little bit. I'm not happy with that. Let's try 12 as a default font. Okay, I'm somewhat happy with that, but I'm not happy with this size. Let's make a size of 5. Okay, so that at least this can be visible. Okay, I'm happy with this. At least this is visible. So as you can see, this is just a normal flow. What we want to do, we want to change that. So how are we going to change that? Let's change where is the container for this okay, let's say this is a container. Let's change this one. So let's change this to absolute. Okay, position absolute. That's what we are doing. As you can see now, it looks like it's on top of this. It has changed the flow. Okay, it doesn't, it's no longer conforming to the normal div flow. Okay, I'm happy with this. So we can now move it to wherever we want to. Let's say top of 0 or top of 0. Let's see, where is it going to go? um Relative to this, your absolute and top of 0. Suppose everything works, and let's look at the left of 0. How is that going to be? Suppose it moves to the left a little bit. Okay, because of this is too small, we cannot clearly see if something happened. Now let's do this so that we can see things as they happen, or so that we can see what's going on there. So what I want to do, okay, let me open this a little bit, give it some room. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. So let's do this, guys. So what I want to do here, let's give it a top of, let's say 8. As you can see, 8 goes down. Let's give it a top of 3, but a -1. Okay, as you can see, I'm happy with that. And then in terms of left, let's give it a left of 3 as well. As you can see, it goes to the right. Let's give it a -1. Okay, now how are we going to check if this is what we want? Okay, but I'm happy with this. Okay, it's exactly where I want it to be. Okay, so let's check. Happy with that. As you can see, guys. Okay, so when we are adding an item, the item is added to cart. So let's see if there is nothing there. As you can see, there is some sort of 0 items. Do we want to have 0 item, or we want to have nothing there? Let's try to have nothing. Okay, not 0 items. So what I want to do here, this component must only be this item, this component must only show if there is something on n. If n is defined, then you can show this. Okay, you can only show this when n is defined. N will be defined, but it will be 0. Okay, n will always be defined, but it's just that it will be 0. So what I want to do, let me do something else. Okay, n is a number. Let's see if n, let me ask, is n equal to, let's say, only show, let's do this. Only show when n is greater than 0. Okay, let me ask, is n greater than 0? I'm asking here. Okay, let me put this in brackets. Is n greater than 0? If yes, do this. Else, do this. Let's see why this n is not. N is declared, but its value is never read. Oh, okay. Am I not asking here? Is n great? Okay, let me just start with n is equal to 0. Okay, n equal to 0. Then do this or this. Okay. So if n is 0, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to do nothing. Okay, let's return null. But if it's not 0, okay, for now, let's display. I think I have lost my code somewhere here in whatever that I was doing. Okay, this is the code that I have lost. Okay, is n equal to 0? If yes, do nothing. If it's not equal to 0, display something. Let's try this first. Okay, as you can see now, this is not there. As soon as it becomes something, then it's telling us there. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with this. Obviously, there is a room for improvement. This is a bad programming practice. To have meaningless variable numbers, it's a bad programming practice. But we were testing, so we need to quickly go and fix that. Okay. So what we want to do now, let's say, let's take this as it is. Number of cut items. Okay. Or let's type it as total. Okay. I like long variable names, guys. Okay. Since we are not going to use this set, we can just put a dash here. Okay. Just to indicate that we don't want to set anything. So let's go to n. Where is n? Let's go to n. Okay. Then we can do this. And what else? We can also put this here. Okay. I am happy with this. I am happy with this. What I like to do here in terms of the cut items, okay, in terms of these cut items, we are taking it from the, okay, for now let's just leave it like this for now, this implementation, until maybe we see an error. Okay, I was going to declare this or do it in a different way, so let's go back and check. Okay, so now we are able to add some cut items here, but we are unable to view the cut items. Okay, we can't like view the cut items when we click here, or there is nothing that indicates or even that shows that this is clickable. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to implement that. There are many ways to implement this. Okay, one of the ways is to, when you click here, there will be a pop-up modal that shows or that displays what can I say, that displays the list of cut items. Okay, that is one of the options. And the other one, we can do something like what? Let me just go to the admin products. Okay, we can add some sort of a side sheet like this one. I'm not sure why it's taking time. Okay, but something like this. Okay, something can pop up here and show us the cut item, but I don't want that. Okay, I will tell you why. When dealing with React, you are dealing with components re-rendering. Okay, that means refreshing, page refreshing. Sometimes when you've got a pop-up, okay, let's say on cut item, and you want to set, let's say, the quantity, you want to set the quantity to something else. Okay, that triggers a re-render. And that pop-up modal might always disappear on re-renders. Okay, I hope you get what I'm trying to say. Even this one, it might always, when you click the quantity, when this page re-renders, it will always disappear. Okay, I don't want that. So let's convert this to a route instead. Okay, so what does that mean? That simply means we need to create a route here, which is let's go to app. We were here now. Okay, this is outside the admin. Let's come here, and we want cut items. Okay, oh, this is a cut page. Okay, so we can just type here cut. Okay, and then dot page page.tsx. Okay, and then we want RFCE. In fact, before RFCE, we want the container. Where is the container? That's a page container. Here is it. We want this page container. Not is loading. We want the page container. And then we want to paste the page container here, RFCE. And then we want to paste the page container here, let's say. My apologies about this. Let's just delete everything here for now. Delete everything. Delete everything. What happens here? Okay, delete everything here and then paste this one. And then let's just type test here. Then let's import this. Okay, as you can see, everything is working well. Function, identify expected. Okay, let me just do this. Const page equal to an arrow function. Okay, and then export default page. Okay, problem solved. And then what we want to do here, we want to type here cut, and let's see. And in fact, how are we going to navigate to this page? Okay, let's do this manually for now and type here cut. Okay, as you can see, we are going to navigate to a new page, but our kite item will still remain, or the cut values. Now it looks like we are outside what we okay, we are outside something, and this makes sense. Okay, this makes sense 100% because because this component this is inside what is inside the page. This header is inside the page, is not in a layout in a way. Okay, so we need to somewhat be smart here or clever. So what we want to do, we want to create a layout, okay, a layout page, okay, so that this header could be, what can I say, so that this header could be at the top and it could always be there, and then this part will always change. Let's say we are going to be here at home and sometimes we are going to be on the kite item. Okay, so let's just end this video here, and then we will implement that layout on the next video. I don't want this to be longer unnecessarily. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much. See you on the next one. All right, let's continue. So what we want to do now, we want to make sure that this header is in the layout page so that it can always be available in any, not necessarily in any page, but in any page that relates to, let's say, the user interaction, like here on home. Okay. So what we need to do now, we need to have the Jotai atoms. Why Jotai atoms? This search term now needs to be a Jotai atom because it needs to be globally available. And also this one, it needs to be globally available because this header is going to sit somewhere else. So let's go to Jotai. Let's say globals, Jotai atom. I think what we want to do here, we want to create another atom, which is not an array. Let's export const. Let's export const search term, and then the search term is going to be a string. Okay, it's going to be a string. Let's just remove this. Okay, and I don't think we really have to type it if it's going to be a string. Suppose the type will be inferred. Let's see what if we can type it. Okay, and see the difference. Suppose the type is inferred. As you can see, there is no difference necessarily. Okay, because it will be inferred from it will be inferred from here that it's a string. And then let's also add a category ID. category ID, and also is going to be a string. I'm happy with this. Now let's go to the home page. Let's go to the home page. Let's go to the home page, and what we want to do in the home page, we want to look at let's see, we want to look at the header, the top header. Let's see, this is the section and this is the section. I think this is the top header. Okay, it ends here, and then after this we've got a container. So let's copy this. In fact, let's cut it, click save here, and then we want to create a layout. Okay, where do we want to create a layout? Let's see. What I want to do, I want to extract, as you can see, this is some sort of a global layout. Let's see. Okay, 10 stack, this is some sort of a global layout. Let's see if I paste something here. I just want to test. Okay, p testing. Okay, I just want to be sure that this will be available on all route, as you can see here, even on admin. Let's see. Looks like I'm lying. This is not available here on admin. If that is the case, then we are winning. Okay, that means that's money in the bank. Okay, let's see. Let's check here for one last time. As you can see, guys, not available here. It looks like this might be the best way to do it. We don't have to create another layout somewhere. We can just use this one. Okay, let me just make sense of this. Admin has got its own layout. Okay, so that means it's not affected by this layout. Let's try this. Okay, let's put this here. Let's just be sure. Okay, yeah, there is no test here. But what if we can remove the children? What if we can remove the children? Let's see. I'm thinking testing is there, but this layout pushes it to the top. Testing is there, but this layout doesn't allow it to show. So I'm still right. We cannot use that layout because it's a global layout for everything. Let's see. Where is the body? Here is the body. As you can see, guys, even here we've got testing. Okay, so turned out that I was right. Testing is here, but we don't see it, as you can see. Okay, so that means this is wrong. So I was right. Let's think about it this way. We need to isolate the e-commerce aspect from any other what can I say, any other module, and let's call that shop. Okay, because it needs to have its own layout. Okay, so let's call that shop, and then let's have a default page here on shop. Let's have a default page, page.tsx. Okay, RFCE. And then let's have a layout here. .tsx. And then RFCE. Then what we want to do, we want to receive children here. Children here. And then we want to receive these children as React node. Okay. And we will display these children supposedly here. Okay, but inside this div, I apologize about this. Inside this div, I'm just going to remove this and then display the children. But before I display the children, I might as well add this. Okay, now we just need to import everything that needs to be imported. Let's start here from next image. Happy with that. And then the search, and then the input from shotcn. Okay, don't mind wait about the search term. and then set search term. Let's see. Okay, we will deal with other things later. Let's just import the JSX element first. Components. Select from where? From Shatsi NUI. Set category. We'll deal with this later. Shatsi NUI. Shatsi NUI. Shatsi NUI. Happy with that. The form query. Really don't need it. And select group. Shatsi NUI. And then this one, Shatsi NUI. Okay, set category, don't need it. Shatsi NUI. Shopping cart, let's import it wherever. Okay, then there's a total number of items. Cool. Now let's apply this component with whatever it needs. With whatever it needs, right? Let's see. I think there is something wrong that we are doing here. There's a code smell. There is a code smell, guys. Okay, what is a code smell for? Okay, why am I saying this? There is a code smell. This will reinforce that this layout must be a client component. This will reinforce that it must be a client component. So meaning that now a layout is a navigation header in a way, because it knows a lot about what's needed, okay, for the navigation. It knows too much about it. Okay, can't we create this header, the top header section, as a separate component that will be a client component that will be imported in a layout? That's a better architecture and the best way to think about this. So let's just go to components. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this, since we've already defined a lot of things. I'm just going to go to component, and then I'm just going to create a component. Let's say shop top header .tsx. Then I'm going to paste this. Okay, since I've already did a lot of things in terms of import. Let's go back to the layout then. The layout for what? For shop, the shop layout. Let's just click unto. Okay, until we see a simple layout, something like this. And then we pass children here. Okay, happy with this. And then let's go to this shop component. What we want to do, it's not gonna be a layout now. Let's just rename this, copy, it's gonna be this. Then is there any export default? Export default, this. Then what we want to do, we don't want children anymore. And then we can continue and do whatever we want to do. Okay, the first things that that has to be there is the form query. Okay, we might as well change this naming, because this is not a form query in a way. Or for now, let's not change a lot of things, okay, at once. Let's go back to this page. Let's look for that form query. I think I'm going to need a page query as well. Let's look for this form query. Now this form query is going to be used somewhere else. Okay, in the shopping cart. Okay, where is somewhere here? It's going to be used somewhere here. Let's import on tensor query and import category from Prisma generated. Okay, let's import Axios. Okay, I'm happy with this. All right, now let's just think about the searching in the input. Okay, when I type here, okay, when I type here, I think this state is needed. This one, the set search term state. It's nothing that we cannot avoid. Where am I now? Am I in the page or in this? Okay, I am here. I want to be. Why this doesn't change? I want to be here. Okay, now it changes. Let's click save. And then I want the search state to be here to keep track of what can I say? Even the selected value, I want to keep track of the search term. Okay. I think I need all of these dates. Total count. I'm gonna need total count as well. Cut items, set cut items. Set cut items where? No, I don't need set cut items. Let me just copy this, cut it. I think I also need this use effect. Okay. What about page query? Nope. Yes, page query works where? Okay, let's do nothing about page query. Let's click save. Let's go back here, paste all of this here. Okay, where is this query? Here is it. And let's paste this here. We need this. And then what we want to do, we want to just, where is the use date now? Okay, where are the use date? Let's see. So the only thing that I copied here is the use effect. Okay, that's not what I want. I want to copy from here up until here. Okay, let's go back and paste. And then let's import use atom, import use atom, import use date as a hook, then use effect as a hook. Okay, I hope you're still following, guys. If you do, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help me grow the channel. And then our total number, we're just going to import this as usual. Okay, so this all works well. And then what we want to do, let's look at the debounce. Okay, let's look at the debounce. So I think we are going to use, we need another atom. Okay, the one for search and the one for in fact, is it the one for search term? I think it's the one for debounce value. Okay, I think it's the one for debounce value. So we are going to get debounce value from here. Okay, debounce value, we are going to get it from here. Okay, and then set debounce value from here. Set debounce value. And then we're going to delete it from here because it's the same thing. But now we are not going to import this. We are going to import this debounce value is going to be a search term. Okay. I think let's import it as debounce value atom, not as a search term. Okay, debounce value atom, let's say. Okay, and then we're going to go to atoms. We're going to go to atoms, short atoms, debounce value item. Where is search term? Let's export it as debounce value atom. I'm not sure why we've got this here. Okay, there's a lot is going wrong here. Okay, in fact, it can be a small letter. Debounce value atom. Let's save this and go back to where we were and see. Okay, and let's import this. Okay, I hope you are following. So what we have changed now, this debounce value is coming from what? From an atom. Okay, and the search term is fine like this. Okay, so that means in terms of debounce value, we are good to go. Let's see what's the other error. What is it complaining about? I'm the shopping cart error. And then, oh, remember, there were some sort of children here. Okay, there are some sort of children here which we no longer need. Okay, so first let me remove the children. Let's look at what, for now, let's ignore the JSX element. I think we can even remove this one. The parent JSX element, we don't really need it. I think it's this one. Okay, we don't really need it. Let's see, is this going to work? When we are searching, we will send everything to the debounce value. What about the select? Let's see. The select value. Okay. As you can see, we've got the select value here. We just want to copy this. Okay. I think it's not used, right? Okay, I'm not sure why it's not used. Let's see. Select value. Now it's supposed to come from, let me paste this, copy this atom. We've got let's see, let's go to select first and see how it works. Looks like I forgot about it. Okay, select. You've got category ID. On value change, you set category ID. So those are the things that we need to work on, as you can see. Okay. So what we want to do, we want to change this category ID and set category ID. We are setting it to an atom. Okay. Let's see, do we have category ID as an atom? We will check this one later. But what we want to remove, we want to remove this one completely. Let's go and check on atoms. Do we have a category ID? Yes, we have an atom with a category ID. Let's just go back here. Okay, somewhere here. And then where is okay, and then we want to import the category ID, and we want to import this as an atom. Okay, let me just do this atom, then copy this so that if things are atom, they can be different from things that are not atoms. I think that will help us. Okay, and then let's go back. Let's import this. Okay, I think everything is working fine. So the search term and its corresponding debounce value, and the select items category with its corresponding it doesn't have any corresponding thing. Okay, so and also the select category value, they are now atoms. Okay, let's see, the debounce value is declared but its value is never used. Why it's never used? Use effect and then search debounce value. I think it will be used somewhere else. Okay, so we can put some sort of a dash here. And then why we have an error then? Where is this error coming from? Why we have an error then? Let me undo. Okay, SD bounce value, it looks like it's never used. Yes, the item bounce value. Okay, I wonder why. If I want to, okay, I think we've already used this before, so let's just use a double click one. Okay, so that this one can be unique. I'm happy with this. So what I want to do now, I want these two item debounce value and this one, I want them because I need to use them here. Okay, as you can see here. So what I'm going to do, set cat item, let's just use this. Okay, and then debounce value, I want this debounce value here. Nope, without this debounce value. And then we want to import debounce value atom. And at this point in time, we are not going to set anything. Okay, we are not going to set anything. This will stay like this, as you can see. And here, let's import this and category ID. It looks like to me everything fits well now with our header on the layout section. Let's just check. Okay. Okay, now let's make sure that the layout works. Okay, so meaning that this page now it's supposed to be inside shop. Okay, let's take this page. Let's take this page. Which one is it? Let's say admin, somewhere here, somewhere here, somewhere here. We are going to take this page to where? Let's leave it like this page. Let's leave it like this for now. The only thing that we are going to take it as it is. We are going to copy it instead. Let's go to shop. Shop has got a page. Yes, let's just delete this page. And then inside shop, let's paste this page. And then why we are having some errors, excuse me, product response, it's being imported from the wrong place. Let's just check this error and fix it. Okay, now let's see. Shop. Suppose this has got a header. Okay, I'm going to wait for it, even if it might take some time. Shop doesn't have a header. I don't mind that much about that. Let's look at our layout. The layout doesn't have a header. Let's go back to the shop top header. Let's import it. Okay, in the layout. So first, let's test. Is the layout working? Okay, let's see. Yes, it's working. So what we want to do, we want to import this here. Okay, as you can see, this is even a bit cleaner because we are just importing the layout here. So the layout now is not a shop top header. Before it was a shop top header, so there was no separation of concern. Okay, let's go back here. Obviously, we are having some minor errors. Let's see. This component shop header, file an error. Let me just go and check there first. Is this a client component? As you can see, it's not a client component. Let's say use client so that the hooks can work. As you can see, guys, we are almost back to the same layout, but now the code is different and the architecture is better. What a catchy phrase. The code is better, and I don't know, I can't repeat it. Okay, let's continue, guys. Okay, but it was a catchy phrase indeed. So let's continue. Now what we want to do, let's first test if these things are working. CO, it works, guys. Okay, everything works well. Let's look at the category. The category works. Now let's look at this header. And what I want to do in this header, where is that header? I just want to change the borders in this header. Let's see, where is that header container? Let me just search for border here. Okay, I think I had two borders. This one, let's remove this one, this border. Then let's look at border B. Okay, as you can see, guys, now that we've got border B, this only applies to this border. Let's see, guys, I'm happy with this. Let's see if we can add this. As you can see, guys, everything is working well. If you like this video and tutorials like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer from South Africa. See you on the next one. All right, guys, let's continue. So the first thing that I want to fix is the home page. Okay, currently I'm not happy with the home page displaying this. Okay, as you can see, what can I say, the top section, okay, the top header is not there. Let's try to fix this layout issue. Okay, remember the problem that we had is we had some sort of two layouts. Okay, if we can take since this is the main layout, if we can put anything here, it's going to be available in all the pages. That's not what we want. We've decided to leave this layout intact, meaning that with nothing, okay, so that we can some sort of applied layouts in specific pages. So let's be clever here. When we route to this page, as you can see, it shows this and there is no some sort of top header because the top header is in this page. So what we are going to do, we are going to make use of Next.js route groups. So the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to delete this page at all. We are going to remove it. We want the Next.js routing mechanism to come here. And then when it reaches here, okay, it will tell us this page is not found. We are happy with this. Very strange, a developer happy with an error or a 404. And then from there, what we are going to do, since we want this route to be some sort of a home route, okay, how are we going to do that? We're just going to convert this to a route group. Check here. Okay, what is a route group? A route group, it's some sort of a folder, okay, or a route with its parent folder that doesn't appear on the URL. It's mainly for grouping, let's say, related files, and also for applying a layout, as you can see, to some certain file without showing up on the URL. So what the system is going to do, it will enter here on the app, it will look for a page and it's not going to find it, but it's not going to give up. It will look for a route group, because a route group means that this page, according to the Next.js, is the same as the one that we've deleted. In case you don't believe this, let's just set this up and go back here. As you can see, now for some reason, there is no route group here, something like this. Okay, maybe, what is it? Shop. Okay, this does not exist, as you can see. So now the shop page is seen as some sort of a root page. Okay, so now let's go to the admin site and see if we don't have duplicate layouts or whatever, the UI misbehaves or something. Okay, let's just double check that. As you can see, guys, okay, this has got its own layout, as you can see, and the home has got its own layout. Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you like this video like this, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Okay, so let's continue. So now what I want to do, let's see, my apologies about my laptop. Okay, let's see what I want to do now. Let's check our what can I say, our cut. As you can see, when add to cut, if we move, let me just remove this charger here. If we move to a different route while we have a cut item, let's see what happens. Okay, we are moving to a different route and we are going back there. It looks like our cut item is gone, and that is a problem. So what we are going to do, we are going to make use of recording is, we are going to make use of Jotai. Okay, in Jotai we want an atom with storage or something like that. What does that mean? This means that the atom is going to be persisted, is going to be saved locally, okay, on the browser's storage. Okay, let's go there and check. Okay, let's see, atom with whatever provider page directory, where is that? Okay, provider API, I think. Okay, as you can see, atom with storage, this is what we want. So what we want to do, we want to convert our cut array into this. Okay, where is it? Use atom, let's say atom with storage. Okay, we want to convert it to something like this. So let's just import atom with storage here and then go back here. What we want to do, I don't want this and I'm not going to save it. This is an important file. I would like to believe it's a node file or Next.js file. So let's go back to atoms. Okay, let's go back to atoms. Atoms, where are my atoms? Let me close this as well. Okay, is it me? Lost in my own code. My apologies about that. Is it global states? Yes, global state and then atoms. So what we want to do, we want to import this. Okay, and then we want to convert this, which is the cut item. into this. Okay, so as you can see, this is complaining. The reason is, now that we are going to save this into a browser storage, we want to specify the key. Okay, the key for saving this. I will show you this key on the browser. So what we want to do, we just gonna copy this, okay, cut item, and put this as a key. Let's go back and check and see if we have solved this problem. Now this is refreshing as usual. As you can see, apologies about that. As you can see, now we've got these items here. Let's just navigate to a different route, and then let's go back to see if this will be persisted. As you can see, guys, this has been persisted. Now let's just go and check the magic. How does this happen? Jotai behind the scene makes use of the browser storage. Let's go to application, and then let's look at local storage, and then let's look at here. We've got the cut item here. As you can see, guys, here is an array, so everything has been read here. This is a, what can I say, this is a generally accepted or well-known or widely used principle when it comes to shopping cart. Sometimes you work on an e-commerce, Amazon or whatever, and then for some reason you don't finish your cut items or you don't finish buying. Okay, when you come back maybe 5 days later, this is still here. The reason is it's stored in a in the storage, just like this one. So what we want to do now, when we click here, we want to be taken to the shopping cart, as you can see. Okay, let's see, maybe I might have implemented that behind the scene. Let's just go there and check. We want to go to the shopping cart top header. Okay, my dog is barking. I hope you don't hear that. Okay, so as you can see, maybe I have, if in case you don't have this, guys, maybe I might have implemented this behind the scene. I forgot now if it was part of what can I say, the previous video or not. But however, this is just a link here. Okay, link with href, a shortcut to shop and cut. Okay, as you can see, it's not there. Okay, so what we are going to do, we are going to take it there. I think we've got the shopping cart somewhere outside here. Okay, as you can see. So what we want to do, we want to take it to shop. Okay, as you can see, and then now this is no longer let's see if it's under shop, meaning that it's no longer shop now. Okay, it's no longer shop, it's just cut, because that's a route group. Okay, that means it's silent or it's invisible. So let's see if we are going to hit this. When we go here, are we going to hit this? As you can see, guys, this is the cut page. Okay, I'm happy that this is persistent. Okay, so that means when you click here, this takes you to the cut page. Okay, and then what we want to do, let me show you what we want to do. We want to go to the admin. Okay, we want to go to the admin side, and then we want to go to a list. This is what we want. We want to convert this to a list of what can I say, to a list of what, to a list of cut items. Okay, so without wasting time, let's just go there, go to admin, let's go to product list, and then we're going to copy all these pages. Okay, as you can see, copy all these pages. Let's go to cut, let's delete this page, it's simple anyway, and then let's paste everything here on cut. Let's paste everything here. And then let's go back and see what might be the issue. No issues, nothing much here. Let's go back and test. Go back. Okay, I'm hoping I want to go back to cut. Okay, let's go back to cut. As you can see, this shows the product list. The first thing that we are going to do, we need to change the title. Let's change the title. Where is it? Here on cut. Where is the container? The title is going to be cut, and we're going to change this to small. Okay, and then what we want to do, Let's go and check. This has been changed to cut. What we want to do here, this table is going to be similar to the ones for cut, but except that there will be some changes. So let's go and implement those changes. Where do we start when we work with table? We always start on column definition. What are we going to do here in the column definition? Apologies about that. The first thing that we want, let's check. We've got the ID. I don't mind about that. The image URL, I'm happy with it. The name, the description. I don't think we need a category there. Okay, the user doesn't really have to know the category. Okay, it's not necessary. The price, I'm happy with that. The user doesn't have to know if how many items are there in stock. Okay, let's continue. And then from there, created at, I don't think the user has to know when was this created. This makes sense to admin. And then from then we've got a button action here. I'm happy with this. So let's go back and check and see the changes, as you can see. Okay, but still this data comes from the API. It's not this one. What we want to do, we want to make sure the data, where is the data? Let's go to the page. Okay, the data comes from the atom, not from the query. So what we want to do here, we want to delete this query, and then we want to declare a variable, and the variable is going to be cut items. Okay, or cut items data, let's say, is equal to use atom, and then the atom that we want the cut items atom. I'm happy with this. Since this is some sort of a state, okay, or some sort of a use state kind of, let's declare this cut items data here. Do we really need the set for now? Let's just put this, even if we can put one underscore, because we're not going to use the set. So what we want to do, we want to change the data into what about is pending? We don't really need is pending because, or the loading aspect of this, because there is nothing that will be loading. Okay, and then what I want to do, I want to remove this and put this, and I want to remove this in terms of the data and put the cut items, as you can see. So let's go back and see if this is the cut item. As you can see, guys, the object here is the same. Okay, and I'm happy with this. Everything is minimal, and that's about it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's go back to the home page, and then let's add another one. Okay, so that at least we know we've got almost like 9 items. And then let's just click here. As you can see, guys, so this is our cart. Okay, and our cart has got almost like 9 items. Okay, so now what we want to do, we want to, when we click here, okay, this is not supposed to do this. It's not supposed to, what can I say, to delete the items. Okay, it's not supposed to delete any items. And then let's go back here. What we want to do now, the first thing that we must do, just for the sake of teaching you, let's go to columns. Okay, let's go to columns. As you can see, the first challenge that we have with columns is that it's just an object. It's not a React component. There is no function and there is no return. Okay, so this is not a component, so we can't use a use state here. Okay, so let's go to where the action is. Okay, I think it's somewhere here at the bottom, as you can see. This can be treated as a React functional component because it has got a function, as you can see, and also it returns JSX. Okay, this means that we can use here, we can use some sort of all the hooks. Okay, let's see, const. Okay, what do we want here? We want to get the cut items, let's say data, and then the set cut items data. Okay, the set, let me copy this, only this. Okay, and then we want the set cut items data is equal to use atom, and then we pass the cut items. Okay, as you can see, what we are interested in at this point in time is this set, okay, cut items data. So on click of what? This component, as you can see, it's some sort of what can I say, a reusable component that sits somewhere. I've defined it before, so it might happen. In fact, not only it might happen, it doesn't have an on click. So what we want to do here, we want to take a trash. Let's get here trash 2 from Lucid React, and then we want on click. When you click on it, I want to do this. Let's get an arrow function, and I want to set this to an empty string. We want to set the data that was in storage in a browser storage through an atom. We want to erase everything from there. Let's just quickly test this first to see if it's going to work. Okay, as you can see, this is red, Solomon is black. Let's just do a class name of text red of 500, and then let's just check text of what could this be? Let's just say text of 15 pixels. Okay, text of 15 pixels. Let's see how big it is. This looks too big for me. I'm not sure if it's me or what. Let's make it 10. Okay, looks like nothing is changing. I don't really mind much about that. We can always use a different option. This has got a size, and let's put a size of 20 and see. I think it's getting smaller. Let's put a size of 18. Okay, happy with this. And then let's say when you hover over it, let's make it text black. Okay, so as you can see, let's just put, I think we've got a CSS style here, which is hover. I think so. Okay, I think it's pointer, not hover. Okay, I want pointer. It has got some sort of a cursor pointer. Okay, pointer, but it's capital letters. My apologies about this. Pointer. Okay, and then as you can see, okay, so when we click here, suppose this disappears. I'm happy with this, but this is not what we want necessarily. We want to remove a specific, what can I say, we want to remove the current what cut item. Okay, so as you can see now, I'm just adding. Okay, then we can go here to the cut, as you can see. So we want to remove this specific one. Okay, so let's see how are we going to do this. What we want to do, we want to set this. Okay, let me just show you, and for the sake of learning, we are going to spread 1 2 3. We are going to spread this exactly here, meaning that it's more like we are doing nothing. Okay, we are just taking this and setting it here. This is some sort of a loop. Okay, and then now after we spreaded this, and then we are going to spread this again. Okay, 2 3. So what we are doing, we are taking the initial one group and we are adding another group. Okay, so it's like we're duplicating this. I want you to get the concept here first. Okay, let's see. As you can see, this is some sort of duplicate. As you can see, these are duplicates. Okay, what else do I want to do now? Okay, I want to go back here. Okay, before anything, let's just remove everything here, and then let's just clean everything like this. Okay, so meaning that if we have these items here, okay, when we spread them, they just become objects here. Okay, just like array items. Okay, all of them. So what is it that I want to do with them? Do I want to look inside them? Let's see. Const, let's say const remaining, because I want the remaining cut items after being deleted. Let's see. Cut items is equal to, we are going to map through this. Okay. Can't we? Let's see. Okay, let's do this here. Okay, we are going to map through this. Okay, we are going to loop. That's what it means. And then we are going to pass an arrow function, and then we are going to do something. And then we are going to receive here a cut item. Okay, that means one cut item. Let's see, after we've received it. Okay, so after we've received it, what are we going to do? Let's do this. Let's set this to this one. Okay, let's see. This is going to be an array. Let's see. This is void because it returns nothing. Okay, no problem. Let's return an empty array. Let's see. Okay, let's see why you are having a problem here. Okay, let me talk about this. The map always returns an array. Okay, but this is an array of void. The map always returns an array. Okay, and then what we want to do here, this is void. Then let's see. Okay, this is an array of response, and then this is just an item. Okay, let's see if I could return this item as it is. Okay, just to make this TypeScript happy, return this. Okay, so if we return this, this is going to be some sort of an array. Okay, now let's talk about map. Okay, I took some time to understand what map does. Okay, as somebody who's used to Java, for loop, or whatever, I used to think that what can I say? Every time this loops, let's say it does something here, of which that was not the case. So this is what is happening. This will loop until it finishes before it sends something to this variable, and it's going to send an array to this variable, as you can see. So I hope you get that one. And then what we want to do, we don't want to return these items as they are. We want to filter out the deleted one. So for now that we are returning everything, let's see, because we are setting this with this one. Okay, so let's see what will happen. It looks like if we are taking it as it is and then setting this with this one, we are doing nothing. So let's not go to the UI because we won't see anything. At least let's do something. So what we want to do, first of all, we want to receive where. Okay, we want the ID for the selected row. Okay, as you can see here, we want a product ID. We already got a product ID here. I'm happy with this, but we were not using it. So what we want to do here in this map, we want to check if the product ID is equal to cut item.id. Okay, let's see. .id. If these are equal, okay, let's see. Do we want to return that or we want to skip the return? Okay, let's see. Meaning that let's do this. If this is not equal, let's some sort of negate this. Okay, meaning that if it's not equal, okay, let me just do this. Sorry. Okay, if it's equal, that means it's the one that we want to delete. Okay, this one. Okay, this item that is here, as it's looping, we have found the one that we want to delete. That's what this says. But we want to negate this to say that if it's not that one, okay, keep it. Meaning that we are going to return what if okay, now we've got a problem. If it's not it, return this. What if it's that one? And then we have to return something here. For now, I'm not sure if empty object is going to suffice. Let's see. Because I want to delete it. Let's say this is an empty object. This empty object is not, let's see, argument of type array of empty object is not assignable. Okay, let me think of how do I delete an array. Let's look at the array method. Maybe I might get something, connect entry every. Yes, what if we can look for find, and then from then, and then after find, we check the position. Okay, let's see. Let's use a different what? Let's use a different array method. Data from data dot. Let's use a different array method here. Let's see. Let's try dot filter. Okay, we are going to filter instead. As you can see, we don't really have now to do these returns. Okay, because we are going to filter out something. We don't even have to do this. Okay, what we want to do, we want to filter out where cut item dot id. Let's start with it's equal to, let's start with that is equal to product id. Okay, product id, and we want where it's not equal to. Okay, let's see, this is equal to product id. Let's see, and then we want where it's not equal to, then we are going to return that. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, where this is not equal to. Okay, so this is how we are going to achieve this. So that means whenever it's equal to, we don't return that. Okay, let's see. And then once we are done, we set this with this one. Okay, so let's go back and see. Okay, let's go back and see. Let's go back and add some array items. 1, 2. Okay, all right, and then let's go to the cut. Looks like it's a lot. Okay, but no worries. Let's try to click. As you can see, that has been moved. Okay, the thing is, as you can see, those are, what can I say, those items have the same, what can I say, the same ID. Okay, for instance, let's add the unique ones like 1 1 1, and then let's add this one as the same ID, maybe a duplicate, maybe like 4 times. Okay, I want you to maybe to know why that has been happening. Okay, so as you can see, this one goes here, or it shows here 3 times. So if we delete one of these, the ID is the same, so all 3 will disappear. Okay, and this one will disappear, and this one will disappear. And that's about it, guys. I'm happy with this. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you like this type of content, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help my channel to grow. Otherwise, for me, see you on the next one. All right, guys, let's continue. What we are missing here is some sort of a quantity that we can change. Okay, we need to some sort of change a quantity, and then we need to display the total amount. For instance, let's say I bought this product. It's a computer. It's HP laptop 2. I want to know how many am I going to buy. Let's say 2, and then we need a total here of 2 times 4,500, and then we're going to display that here so that we can be ready to go to the next section, which is some sort of the checkout. Okay, so what we are going to do here we need to play some games. Okay, we need to play some games with the whole system, okay, so that we can get this. The first thing that we need to work around is when we get this data from the API. Okay, let's just where do I get it? Let's just go here. Okay, let's see. I think we are getting this data from the API here. Okay, so it doesn't have quantity. Okay, it doesn't have quantity. Where can I, let's see. Okay, products. Okay, as you can see, there is no quantity here. Okay, and it's not needed. So the quantity is going to be needed only for this cut, and then obviously for calculating the totals before we get to the checkout. So what we want to do, we want to go to the API route for products. As you can see here, we don't need this. Let's not save. I don't know what that is. Just my apologies about that. So what we want to do here, we want the DB items. Okay, these are the DB items. As you can see, when we are done, where are we sending this DB item? Okay, as you can see, status of 200. Before we do that, let's const here. Okay, products with quantity. Okay, if you see me typing long variable names, it's for best programming practices or clean code, a code that is understandable with variable names that are self-expressive. Okay, somebody doesn't have to guess what is this product quantity means. Okay, products with quantity. Okay, so what we want to do then, we want to map let's see, we want to map this DB items. Okay, we want to map this DB item. Let's see, what type is this? Okay, yes, I'm happy with this. We want to map here. Okay, and what we want to map here, we want to receive a product, and then once we receive a product, we want to return an object. Okay, and this object is going to be spread product. Okay, let's see, this is product. Can't I spread product here? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Can't I spread product here? Let's see. Okay, we are returning product here as it is. What if then we can some sort of spread it? Okay, why I can't spread product here? I cannot find the name product. I'm thinking what we want to do here. Let's do it like this. Let's see. Okay, as you can see, so this is the product that we are getting here, and we are spreading it here. Okay, so that means we will have all of these, okay, here, and then in addition we can add, let's see, are these capital letters or small letters? They are small letters. We can add quantity here. Okay, quantity of 1. Okay, that means now when we are sending back all the products, they will always have a hidden, some sort of a pushed key, which is quantity of 1. The reason why we are doing this in the server, the server will be fast, it will be quicker than doing it on the API, okay, so on the front end, because it will consume a lot of computer memory. Okay, so now we are pushing this quantity. Just as a default, every product needs to have like a quantity of 1. That's what we are doing here. And then from there, what can I do? Let's push these here. Okay, let's go back and see. We said these doesn't have a quantity. Let's see now if they do. Okay, let's see. Do these now have quantity? Okay, as you can see, all of these now has a quantity of 1. I'm happy with this. Okay, I'm happy with this. And then what we want to do, when we go here, we want to have quantity here of 1. We want to have quantity of 1 here. So these have quantity. Okay, so and that quantity is quantity of 1. So what we want to do, we need to go to the column definition of what? Of cut. Shop cut, column definition of cut. The first thing that we want to do here, we want to push that quantity. Okay, let's see, where are we going to push it? Let's push it here between description and price. Between description and price, somewhere here, let's push quantity here. Okay, now let's push quantity in small letter, and then quantity. Okay, this will always default to 1. All right, let's refresh or reset. Okay, this, so that we can add a cut item that has got the quantity. It might happen the ones that we added before, they don't have the quantity. Let's just double check if we are correct. Let's go back here and see. As you can see, now we have quantity. By default, it's 1. Okay, I'm happy with this. Apologies about that. Now, the other thing that I'm not happy with is the fact that we cannot change this quantity, but this is a story for, let's say, after we are done with everything. Also, I want a sum total here. Okay, I want a sum total here, and this is let's say this is a sum total of this. Okay, this is a sum total of this. So we can't do this on the back end. Okay, we did this on the back end because this will always be 1, okay, by default. But this one, it needs to be some sort of a calculated value. Okay, whenever you click here, this value needs to update. So we can't get it from the API, some sort of a value that you get after interacting with the UI, after an event. Okay, so what we want to do, we need to go back to our first of all, let's work on our TypeScript. Okay, let's work on our TypeScript. I think our TypeScript here needs some sort of additional thing here so that we can accommodate these new changes. Quantity of number. Okay, this means that now our TypeScript here has changed because it has got an addition of a number. Okay, so let's go back and see what's going on here. There's an addition of a number. Let's see, where are you getting this type response? Cut data. This cut data doesn't have an addition of a number. Are we going to repeat ourselves, or we can just export a type? Let's go back to column and export this type. Okay, this new type. Where is it? This one. Okay, it ends here. Okay, let's see. Okay, it looks like we can some sort of do this, okay, and then come here and then do this. Not really. We can remove this and this one. So this is added here. Okay, the quantity is added here. Product response. Product response with quantity and category. Okay, let's type with quantity. Okay, this is too long for a type, but Let's just keep it like this for now. Okay, I'm happy with this. And then let's go here. And then we want to go to this atom, cut items data. Go to that item. Let's go to globals. Okay, globals. And then the kite items. And let's use this. And then we're going to import it. Okay. So now suppose we don't have any error. Let's see. What error is this? Okay, let's see. Query dot map product card. So set cut items product response is not assigned to. Okay, so now let's check which one has got this, which one is this one with query, but this one, where is this one coming from? The query data. Okay, where is the page query? Let's see. Let's get the page query and change its own type to this one so that everything can match. Okay, I'm happy with this. Now, what I want to do, so that means we're done fixing the TypeScript. Still, we don't have an amount here. Let's go to the global state. We need a derived, what can I say? A derived array. Okay, let's copy here. Let's copy here. Where is a derived array? It's this one. Let's copy this for a derived array with totals. Let's say cut items with amount, or cut items with totals. Okay, and then we're going to get, and we're going to get cut items. I'm happy with this. But what we want to do, this is not going to be a total number, it's going to be cut items. Okay, what we want to do with these cut items, we want to type here const cut items total is equal to, and then we want to map here. And then what we want to do here, we want to get a cut item, one cut item. And what we need to do, we need to take the cut item. Yes, the cut item. That means we want to take this cut item and we need to put it inside an object and we want to spread it. Okay. Is this what I want to do? Let's see. Let's see. I don't think I want to spread it. Yes, I do want to spread it. Okay, and I want to add something. In addition to that, is what I want to do. I want to add amount, and I want to add amount as, let's say it is going to be a number, and in return, I'm going to, what am I returning? Let's see. I'm returning from here. Yes, so that means in return, I'm going to return this one. Okay, as you can see. So I'm just adding amount in each and every item. Okay, from the cut item, I'm just adding amount. I don't want to just add amount. Let's see, are we recording? Yes. Okay, I don't want to just add amount. I want to add from this cut item still cut item. This amount is going to be, let's do this, it's going to be the cut item dot quantity, and then times shift 8 times item dot price. Now we are supposed to have the amount and kite items total, and that all of this is inside cut items with total. Okay, and then let's go to the cut page. Okay, let's go to the cut page. I hope you are following. If you do and you like content like this, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help me grow the channel. So let's go back to, where do I want to be? Looks like I'm lost in my own code. My apologies about that. I want to be here in cut. Okay, I don't think there is something like product response now here. Okay, and I don't think we need it. What I want to do in this cut items data, now we've got a derived value that has got the totals. Okay, let's go back here and use it instead. Okay, it's the same thing, the same data, but with totals, right? With calculated totals. Okay, as you can see, everything is the same. Okay, and then in terms of TypeScript, TypeScript doesn't know about the total. Okay, we need to go to the global state. We need to tell this that we've got now a new let's see type. Let's say this with quantity with totals. Okay, it's equal to this type, and um let's see amount. This is not just supposed to be amount, this is supposed to be total amount. Okay, so let's add this here, total amount as number. Okay, now this is the type for this. Okay, cut was total, and then this is a generic type. Let's pass this here. Let's see. This one, where is the total amount? Here is it. Now our get complaint. Okay. Category number total quantity is not assignable to. Okay, created data category is not assignable to this. What are we going to do now? Because we want to, let's see. Why is it expecting? Okay, let's see. What are we returning? Cut item, yes. Then we are returning this. There's no amount here. And then return this. Let's just do this maybe. Okay. Hope it's going to infer. Let's type this as this. Let's see. Return this, and then let's type here as we are trying to shit TypeScript, even though we are doing this conversion or type total amount, blah blah blah. So now we are having some TypeScript issues. Okay, let's see what we are going to do. Let's see. Okay, let's see, what are we getting here? Cut items equal to atom. Okay, is equal to atom. This atom total amount. Let's see. Okay, let's see what is the type of this. Does it has total amount? Okay, I think this has been what can I say? I think this has been inferred automatically. Okay, the derived atom has got, it's also corresponding derived type, that has got its own total amount. Okay, so it looks like we don't have to worry much about TypeScript, okay, because this has been inferred. As you can see, this total amount is there. Okay, I'm thinking. So this means that when we go to the shopping cart somewhere, where is it on column? Now I'm just lost where I want to be. Where do I want to use this? I think I want to use it on a page, right? Yes, with totals. So here is total. So we don't need any TypeScript thing here. Everything has been done automatically. So we are pushing this with totals to where? To the table. So what we need to do now, we need to go to our columns. We just need to tell our columns that doesn't understand if there's a total there, which is this is some sort of bit of TypeScript challenge that we might have. After, let's say this is the action after the total. Let's just force that. We've got total amount. I hope this was this, and then type here total. Okay, we just have to go back here and check this is it total amount. Yes, let's just copy it as is just to make sure. Okay, the accessor key is total amount. Then I'm expecting this, as you can see, 56, 56, 45, 45, 4,500, 4,500, because this is the total. Okay, let's just go and fix one TypeScript issue. As much as there is nothing, TypeScript doesn't complain, but something doesn't make sense here. As you can see here, there is no total, but there is a total. So it looks like to me, we might as well add total somewhere here. Okay, or for now, let's focus on one thing. Okay, at least let's fix TypeScript later. Okay, because now we might, what can I say, go off course and work on TypeScript, try to fix it, and even forget what we were doing. To be honest, guys, sometimes it happens. Okay, so let's continue, guys. So we are done. We've got the total amount here. What we want to do now, we want to change this to some sort of an editable, let's say, input. Okay, so that we can increase here. As soon as we increase here, this is supposed to increase as well. So what we are going to do, we are going to go to quantity. Where is quantity on the column? Where is quantity? Where is quantity? Here is quantity. What we want to do here on quantity, we want to some sort of edit quantity. Let's add a cell. Okay. And then we are going to get a row here. Okay. And then in this row, let's type const qty is equal to row dot original dot suppose dot quantity. Okay, so the quantity is here. What we want to do in return, we want to return a SHA-2 input. Let's import it. And let's set the value of this into this quantity. And then let's say the type of this is going to be a number. Okay. What we are going to do, we are going to adjust that number. Okay, we are going to adjust that number. Okay, it looks like as much as we are going to adjust it, the number remains 1. And it makes sense. Let's see what's the issue here. Value prop to a form field without an on-change handler. Yes, I understand this. Okay, I understand that's what we are trying to fix. Okay, so as you can see now, let's just check. Okay, we can increase this here. I'm happy with this. And then what we can do, let's just add a class name, width of 50 pixel. Let's see how is that going to look like. I'm somewhat happy, but not 100%. Let's make this a width of 80. Okay, somewhat happy with this. Okay, so now what we want to do, whenever we increase this, which is the on change, okay, on change of this input, there is something that we want to do. Okay, let's see what do we receive here. Let's say value. We receive value as what? Okay, let's see. Once we click the on change, we want to set something. We want to set something. We just have to be sure what are we setting. We want to go to we don't want to go to, we want to get const. Remember, this is a React component because in the end it returns an input. Okay, const, let's do this. Let's say cut item with amount, right? Or let's say with quantity, because we are all about quantity here, where we want to change the quantity. And then let's put here the corresponding set for this. Okay, and then is equal to, and then it's going to use atom. And then we want to get, let's type here cut item with totals. This is what we want to get because this is a derived one. Okay, and then we want to set this. Okay, let's go back here on change. We want to set the quantity. Okay, we want to set the quantity to what? Let's see. We want to set the quantity. This is a derived value. This is a derived value. If this is a derived value, can we set it on our own? Nope, because it's always derived from where? Let's go back here. Okay, it's always derived. This with total doesn't really have some sort of a value on its own. It's some sort of like a virtual variable. Okay, it's virtual because it's always composed of this. Okay, this comes here with quantity, but it doesn't come here with it doesn't come here with the total amount. Okay, now what we want to do, we need to find a way to get this cut items atom, okay, to have this amount. Okay, we need to do that. But how are we going to do that? That's interesting. That is interesting. Let's see. Here we are adding it. We are adding this quantity. We are adding. It was not here. We are some sort of let's see. We are adding this quantity here, making it available. but we cannot change this here. Okay, what we can do, we can come here and look for a certain row and then change its quantity. Instead of updating this, because this is a derived one, we update this. Where is this one? We update this, okay, with that quantity. Okay, so meaning that now that this has been updated, this will update automatically. Okay, so that means we need to get this one also. Let's go back here. Obviously, there are some things that we need to fix because now we are going to update this with some sort of, what can I say, with a structure that has got total amount, which this initially doesn't know itself as a type that has got a total amount. But first, we need to make sure that things are working before we fix our types. Okay, let's go back to the shop, and here we want to go back to cut. And where in cut, where are we? I think we are in column. Remember, we got this. I'm happy with this. We need this one also. My apologies about this. We need something like this one. Okay, then we want this, then we want this set cut item. Let's remove this. Okay, let's just type here cut items and then set cut items without atom. All right, so here we don't need you because we are only going to set. Okay, we're going to use this. And then here we don't need this set. Okay, that's why I'm putting this, because we are only going to use this. So let's set now the cut items. Okay, let's set the cut items here. So what do we want to do again? We want to change the quantity. Okay, so before we set this cut item, let's just do this const updated. Okay, updated quantity. Let's say updated quantity item is equal to, let's take which one? Let's take this one, cut items with quantity. Okay, because we're interested in quantity here, dot map. Okay, and then what we want to do, we are going to take each item. Okay, and each item we are going to return back 1, 2, 3. We are going to, what can I say, spread this item. And then this item has got quantity. Okay, this item has quantity. And then we need to add quantity here. Okay, you need to listen carefully here. Let's just put a number for now. What we are saying here is take each item, each row, and then spread it here. When you spread this, it will have quantity. Here is it. But according to objects, you cannot have two keys in one object. Okay, meaning that once you do that, the last object, this one, will overwrite or overwrite this one. I hope you get the idea of erasing this. And then we want now to get this value and put it here. Okay, so when we click on change, this there's a problem. There's a problem. This will do this to all these items. Still, we don't want that. Okay, we don't want that. We want it to do it only on the on the item with this ID. Okay, cool, we are getting there. So what we want to do now that we are here, let's copy this. We're going to need it later. Paste it here. And then what we want to do here, okay, can't we just do this? And then and then return. Okay, we're going to return. If what? If this item dot ID is equal to which ID? Let's go. This is not supposed to be. This is quantity. Okay, not much of a problem. What we want to do here, we've got a product ID. Okay, we've got a product ID here. We're going to just bounce here. Dot ID. Okay, that's a product ID. So if this is equal to this, let's see, what are we comparing? In this array with quantities from the cut item, if this one is equal to the one for this row that we are editing, okay, because if that is equal to the one, then we need this, return this, okay, return this. Okay, let's return this. Okay, else, okay, if that's not the case, just return the item as is, don't change it. Okay, this item is return the item as is. So this is going to be a collection of items, okay, of cut items, but with a change quantity only for a specific row, okay. And then we can take this, okay, and then we update our original what can I say, our original atom. Obviously we said we predicted that we are going to get some TypeScript errors because this guy doesn't know itself as a structure that has got the, I think has got the what is it, that has got the total amount. Okay, I don't think it knows itself as such, but at the moment we are testing. So let's just go through this one more time. Okay, in this row quantity, we are going to take an on change. When you make a change, we are going to take the updated, where are we going to get this? Where is this? My approach about this. Okay, we are going to get this use cut item with total, this atom with totals. Okay, we are going to get that one. Do we really have to get the one with totals? Let's see. Why are we getting the one with totals? Yeah, because the one with totals is the one that is currently active. It has got all the current data. If we use the old one, we might miss some data here. This one is the current one. Let's say whenever you press an input, this one, okay, contains that data. We want that data to keep like that history of all the changes that have been made. Okay, so I'm somewhat happy with this. Let's just go and test. Okay, refresh. Okay, now suppose when we click here, okay, something happened, but we get here not a number. Not a number. Something do happen. Okay, something do happen. Let's check here. converting a circular structure to JSON, starting an object with the constructor element. Okay, that means we have some issues with our thinking here. Okay, it's like two snakes. Okay, there was let me end this video here. There was some sort of a story. I'm not sure if it's a fictional story, where somebody said there were two snakes who ate each other starting from the tail, and they both disappeared. Okay, this error explains something like that. Okay, this one. Okay, it's like some sort of converting a circular structure to JSON. It's like we are, what can I say, using let me show you, using this and then updating this at the same time. So we are having that kind of a challenge. Let's see if we can get this as as an event, and then from there this is dot target. Okay, dot target, and get the value. Okay, this is some sort of an event that we're getting here on change. Okay, E as an event, and let's save and see. Don't worry much about this TypeScript. Let's go back here and test. Okay, and see. As you can see here, now we can get this. Okay, everything is working now. Refresh. Okay, so as you can see, everything works well. Okay, we can make some changes here. Everything is being saved in the database. Can we have a quantity of 0? Let's just quickly fix this as well. Let's go to that input. Okay, and type here min of 0. Okay, sorry, minimum of 1. You cannot go below 0. Okay, let's see. Okay, you cannot go below 1. Okay, 45, 4,500. So guys, I think we are getting ready to go to the checkout page. Okay, in the next section, we are going to make sure we display the totals here. I'm happy with this total, but we need to have some sort of a subtotal for everything. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you feel like this video has added value into your overall understanding of Next.js, React.js, Prisma, React Hook Form, 10-stack table, and ShadCN, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. See you on the next one.